Hey everybody, it's old Magnus T. Booner coming at you. First thing I want you to do is haul off and smack that subscribe button for me. Today we're going to talk about brewery hose. No, I'm not talking about the hose that hang around the breweries trying to pick up on the brewers. Everybody knows most brewery groupies are actually 40-year-old men with big, bulbous bellies. First, I'm going to crack a beer. No, the kind of hose we're going to talk about today is hose or beer transfer hose. There's many different kinds of hoses we use in the brewery. We've got washdown hoses, transfer hoses, tubes, etc. But today we're going to talk about beer and wort transfer hoses. One of the first things I learned when I got into this industry from my old head brewer Jenny G is it's important to keep the brewery clean. And when I say keep the brewery clean, I don't mean physically clean. That is important, but I'm talking about sanitation. I'm talking about keeping your equipment sanitary. If you don't, you can infect your brewery with a bunch of off flavors. We always strive to keep beer infectors out of the beer. What are these beer infectors? Beer spoilers is the term we use. They are Pediococcus, Lactobacillus, and Brettanomyces. It's my job as a brewer to keep those out of the beer. They will create off flavors, sour notes, buttery notes, and sweaty horse blanket notes. These days, some people actually like those off flavors and like beers that taste like those things. Well, I think those people are off. I'm mostly kidding. What I'm doing there is I'm making fun of people that are into these sour and funky beers that are kind of chic right now. They're not really my thing. The Sierra Nevada Summerfest is my thing. So one of the places that infection can get into your beer is through your brewery hoses and your gaskets and your different hardware. Over the years, I've accumulated some failed brewery hose pieces to show my new brewers for training purposes, so that they cannot infect the fucking brewery. So one of the things we try to do in the brewery is avoid kinking hoses. If you kink a hose or get a dent in it, this one's got wire in it, well then it causes turbulence. And this probably won't show up in the video very well, but inside of this it's gotten kind of rough from the turbulence. Well, once that rubber becomes porous, well then something can live inside of it and possibly cause a spoilage in your beer. So I have that so I can show the boys why you don't kink the hose. It's also a good idea to inspect your hoses. Some are so long you can't inspect completely, but you shine a light down in them periodically and take a look. The reason you do that is you might find something like this. What I'm showing you here is this hose is failed and there's a piece of nylon string. It's also created a crack here. Well, again, you can get stuff in there, it can start fermenting, and pretty soon you've got a beer spoiler that's living inside the fibers of this hose. The chemicals can only penetrate so much. The heat, when we sanitize with that, only does so much, and pretty soon you've got an infected hose. That's bad. So that's why we inspect. You might find something like that. We replace our hoses about every 2 years. The reason we do that is they're a wear item. Here is a hose that I replaced. I split it. Let's see here. There we go. If you see that, it's got a bunch of blister type bubbles on it. Again, that's just from chemicals and heat and long-term use. It started to fail. Well, if one of those blisters got something living in it, well, same thing. We can infect the whole fucking brewery. That's bad. Now this is an interesting one. This is a hose that blew out. I think what happened with this is it got kinked, and then it got good and hot, and I don't know if somebody's pulling on it or what exactly happened, but the damn thing actually failed and water was coming out of here under pressure. That could be dangerous, especially if you're recirculating caustic or something of that nature. Well, now you've got caustic spraying everywhere, and that stuff literally can eat your skin off. If it gets in your eyes, that's really bad. And so don't kink the hose, because it can create an unsafe working environment. That's all I got to say about these. Alright, well hey, thanks for watching, and if you have any comments about the video or ideas for new videos or questions, go ahead and comment down there in the comment section. I want you to go ahead and check out my website. You can do that by looking at this address right down here.